Back behind my garage, I have some very wild and primitive and moopy art. This dude was smelling terrible when I met him, and I didn't know if I could get the smell under control such that I could like hang out. Left him out here to get sunlight and air, and it smells pretty darn good right now. Why, thank you. Aww. Some things for like standing up art. Then I have this panel of, looks like someone's old shower that I reclaimed from that they were throwing away, and I've been painting on it with just organic materials that I find. The brown was coating from the microwave when I cleaned it last. I smeared it on there, and I've been, just if I find materials that people are throwing away that I don't feel like consuming or just feeding to the green, like I've used ketchup, I've used the purple frosting that was in this container, I've used like old moldy sour cream, just to paint a portrait that's then shaped by wind and the things that eat the portrait and the sun and the rain and the chaos of barely being able to reach my canvas. Just the other day, I found a really, 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 really old frozen like toaster pizza that I didn't want to eat. So I set it here and I put this on top of it, and it's gone. So somebody came and enjoyed that. That was just maybe 2 days ago. These are just found objects that I reclaimed that I liked. This old mop was at the Kenmore Pride Festival being thrown away and smelled terrible, so I left it out here to maybe smell better. This I found on, I think I found it on like July 9th or 10th. 9th or 10th. I think the 9th, but I'm not certain. And I brought him here on the 11th, and he's been giving me company ever since. I love you, Michael. Oh, love you too, buddy. Don't remember where I picked this up or that. These were like local, like Cuyahoga Falls residents, like tossing things out situations, and I was like, that looks cool. Ooh, this was, I think this might have been earlier than the September 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th trip. I think this may have been, I'm not 100%, but I think this may have been a Cleveland Heights find on a previous trip, but it might have been that trip. I don't know, really cool iron pole. Maybe 35, 40 pounds. 30, I don't know. Pretty dope. Anyway, I once saw a spider hanging out back here, and I had the feeling that like if I hadn't done this, the spider wouldn't have been chilling out here, so I felt very validated that my artistic space was good enough for a spider to enjoy. I mean, it was going to be somewhere, but I like seeing a spider amidst my things. And I like to see that something ate my the pizza. And I don't know what that pile is underneath the ivy there. I didn't put the pile there. They look like maybe they're cinder blocks. Deeper in there are a bunch of tires that I mooped. I am not responsible for the PVC pipes being here. I did reclaim this just for my next door neighbor who was throwing it out. That actually does look wide enough for my twin. I just grabbed a twin mattress that someone was throwing out. I thought this was narrower. Yeah. Bring this inside. If I wanted something underneath my twin, I probably don't. I'll probably actually just paint on this or something. I don't know. All right, both. Both is good. I like both. So anyway, this is side porch. This to me is like the yellow and purple is my Grandpa Joe's favorite colors, but it also reminds me of like Beetlejuice. It's like, you're into another dimension, walking through the Beetlejuice portal. This has been here forever. I kind of like the way it looks. I haven't bothered with it. Car, backyard. So I have a growing public art idea that I think could be fun. Is Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. It's a movie that came out in maybe the late 70s, would be my guess. Return of the Killer Tomatoes, probably in the early 80s. Return of the Killer Tomatoes stars George Clooney and is a very self-aware, meta comedy with a lot of really good beats. Like, I found it to be very entertaining, like surprisingly entertaining for like not knowing, with a movie called that. Anyway, I moved. What did I get? Maybe those were actually a find from the basement, the googly eyes. I may have moved them somewhere else too, but I think these are basement googly eyes, ours. It's my dad's tomato. I wasn't gonna eat it, I had a bunch of extras, and it got a little bit sad. It was way more lively when I put on the eyes, and I've just been enjoying watching its progression. And I added little eyes to these peppers too. They were green, and now they're nicely bronzed. Leaning them up against here. Oh, you want to lean this way, do you? Aw, hey guys. What's going on, Michael? Not much. Making a video for whoever wants to see it. Somebody kill me, please. Oh, you're already dead. You just don't know it yet. Squish, squish, squish. So the idea being, these are fun household decorations, and folks to hang out with around the house. But if you put marshmallows for eyes with toothpicks in them, or marshmallows with toothpicks and bits of, I don't know, chocolate or chocolate chips or something, you could set them out in benign public spaces, in a tree in a public park, or in a tree in a wild space, or by a footpath. Or you could, get more wild with it and put them in places where people might walk by, on a sidewalk, or really anywhere you want. The killer tomatoes, they went all over. You could put them on people's, you could put them in people's mailboxes, steps. I mean, it's a freaking tomato. What are you gonna want? The toothpicks might be a little bit scary because if somebody were to grab it, they might puncture their hand or something. So maybe not toothpicks for public spaces. But I think you could use frosting and cookie decoration tools, or just foodstuffs that'll decay gradually to make, and other foodstuffs. Just use food materials to make sort of little compost bombs and tomato seeds, and they could save the seeds and grow their own tomato plants. Or you could place them in places where tomato plants could potentially volunteer. Anyway, that's a fun idea that I have. That's where they took out our tree. We saved and reclaimed 4 stumps from the tree. Found this neat little seed pod the other day. Enjoyed pulling the fibers apart. This is the beginning of a field stripped cigarette butt. It's fun pulling those fibers apart. These 4 remind me of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I have 3 brothers and sisters. I one day would love to see the 4 of us sitting on these stumps around a fire. Right there. My dad got a fire pit deal. It's in the garage. And because he got a fire pit deal, it's encouraged me to I cleaned out my car, mostly. I guess pretty okay. That's pretty good. I've been cleaning out my car because I've been packing it full of things. Saturday for the horror movie thing, yesterday for visiting with Christy. There's a coat, blanket, pillow, frisbee, football. There's a hat in there, cane, some juggling clubs. Hey Michael, what you doing? I'm making a video talking about stuff in case people want to hear it. Some tomatoes that need some sort of killer tomato treatment. I stored two in my little cooler, my Claudia Palmer cooler, just for a day, and that one got crazy moldy. I could cut it off, but I've got plenty of tomatoes. They look pretty gnarly as far as killer tomatoes go, and add like a little bit of something to add a little face, and there you go. I know, right? Googly eyes are great. Ooh. Looking good. Looking. Move this. Move that. Move that. All this. The head, it's gone indoors. I was carrying it around last night. Got a stick. Good quality rake for raking people and things. Leaves. You gotta stop him. He's a serial rakist. Barbara. Broomy. Looking pretty broomy there, or whatever your name is. Broomy. Bromeliad. Brobastus. Brophiliac. Mom's room. Let's see here. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so like I've packed and repacked my car twice in rapid succession from things from my room in the third floor. So that in unpacking and just playing in the space, this space has now become very populated and filled with things. This reminds me of the pink stuff in The Cat in the Hat Comes Back. You clean one space and then another space gets pink stuff all over it. But I love it. I don't mind appearances and I enjoy functionality, and this helps me remember things, remember trips, and process stuff. I'm going to send this off to someone whose name I'm not remembering off the top of my head, hopefully today. But in order to do that, I need to acquire some money, because I don't have any money to send it with. This is a mostly empty CD case. I put in it one CD. It was a maybe mildly coerced gift from a friend of mine, Tanis. I owe him some money for it. I mean, he was accepting like, I don't know, like $1 or $5. I didn't have any cash on me. So Tanis Quatch, White Man Did It, 56. Tanis, Tanis, Quatch, Quachh, Quatch. He's out of, well, he was out of Cleveland Heights. I don't know if he's still out of Cleveland Heights. I ran into him. I didn't recognize him because I wasn't expecting to meet him down in Akron. Ran into him at the Makerspace a couple Thursdays ago. So I owe him some money for that. When I think about owing him money for that, I don't owe money for these things. But there are two works of art that I want to acquire. A painting that I saw at the Porch Rocker of a green floating rib cage and like an ethereal spirit, like manifesting the green floating rib cage. It was gorgeous. That's 50. And then a whale in the sky, or was it a dragon? I think it was a sky whale? It was a sky whale by Natalie's person. What was Natalie's person's first name? Jasper Martin. 25. So 75, 25, 25, and whatever I want to give Tanis, as much as I can reasonably afford. But maybe before any of that, wanting to get some money out to Dan, because their family doesn't have rice. Wanting to help Mars, who's trying to stay housed. So anyway, I brought like books to show Christy. Slowly cleaning this pan by hand is very satisfying and makes for some cool images. Playing around with playing around with using a bucket to soak stuff because it's wider than these here. Need to soak this. The killer tomatoes were in here and it got a little tomatoey. Playing around with this mirror is pretty fun. It's more fun if I have it inverted, but I don't. Some dude asked me to clean my microwave, and I had once before, but I was like, yeah, could stand it again. Before, there was like a thick, like, was a freaking, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Where you slice up potatoes really thin and you grill them in a griddle. Hash brown. It's like a freaking hash brown of gunk out there. That's what I painted the thing with. But yeah, this could use a cleaning, and I enjoyed the thought of filming a video like right here of me cleaning it. I was trying to like mount it to this or like frame it with the mirror in the shot so you could see this, and it was too constrained last night. I need a tripod of some sort with I want like a Doc Ock arm. So like basically what I want to be able to do is just place my camera somewhere, just anywhere that I want, and have it just sit there, and then be able to grab it and like move it to another spot, just like so it's like just a free floating camera in space. So I imagine like a Doc Ock arm attached to a tripod, possibly on wheels or maybe alternative wheels, so you can also like spin it and stuff. But the arm would just like hold the thing, and then you could like bend and flex to the position that you want. I imagine those things exist. If they don't, it's a good invention idea. And someone can go ahead and make that. That'd be great. As long as we're needing tripods and phones and internet and all that stuff, which we don't need these things, but they're fun. I've been thinning this out pretty well. Those are a bunch of these. These are mostly mine. A bunch of them came from the community pantry at the, I think it's the First Methodist Church on 3rd and Portage Trail. I might have the name wrong. They gave me these. They gave me the macaroni that I made the macaroni goulash out of. And the other thing that's been feeding me while my parents have been away, while I've been home alone, has been the Marco's dumpster. I've probably gotten over 12 pies out of the dumpster in the last 3 weeks or so. First week I got pies like pretty much every day, and then it was pretty dry for a minute. And then the last couple nights I've gotten pies. That's now empty. I had a thought that these kind of look like the outline of a Kirby. You could like draw Kirby onto here. Kirby the, not the Pokemon. Kirby the Nintendo character who kind of looks like a Pokemon. Or you could draw maybe, what's the Pokemon that falls asleep? Jigglypuff? Did Jigglypuff fall asleep? Anyway. 2 more Hawaiian pizza slices. 2 nights ago, delicious pepperoni. Last night, pepperoni. I got 1 more pepperoni down in the fridge from last night. This reminds me of a meme. I love that, this is my mom's name, Leanne. It ends in Italian. I just made a meme today that was like, Italien! Italien! Like, it's a Leanne. Yeah, it's a Leanne. Reference to someone changed this to an E, and they made it an it. It's alien, and they made like the alien mother in the background. Anyway, it's a play on this. And I realized the other day that I have my mom's name in my name, because Maximilian, from Maximilian Kolbe, my confirmation name, ends in L-I-A-N. So I have my mom's name somewhat near the middle of my name. I'll have to look and see what it is geographically, but calendar-wise, coming up today at 5:30, there's a Cuyahoga Falls walk with Cassie at the library that looks great. I plan on going to that, and then I hope to juggle afterwards. Before that, I want to either exchange plasma for money or do some driving. I want to send off that book in the mail if I can. If not today, because today is very full, maybe tomorrow. Get some money, send to Dan. Wednesday day is pretty open. One of these days, I'd like to get to Mike's to try and pick up more bike chains if he has bike chains for me. He has links. I've made videos of them, but short links of motorcycle chains that are offcuts after he installs them. They're very satisfying to hold and play with and manipulate, and I found a bunch of people who enjoy them as sort of stim toys, fidget toys, sensory weight toys, juggling type situations, dance type situations. It's a very, very satisfying object. $1 million idea, if anybody wants to take it and run with it. Wednesday evening, I'm pretty sure Jerry Sapernetti is playing at Tiki Bar. I'd like to go see her play Tiki Bar. Thursday, possibly P-Flag meeting in the evening. I've never been to one, but it's kind of calling to me on Thursday, maybe. And Thursday late, Mom and Dad get home. There's something else going on Thursday evening that I wanted to go to. I think so, but I'm forgetting. Let's see if I can remember. Hello?
Call from Kento H.
Kent? Who's calling from Kent?
Call from Kento H.
I'm gonna get this. See you later, yo.